Lakers are playing the Phoenix Suns tonight, and I gotta say, they are about to go into the All-Star weekend. It looks as if they're going to be second or third in the Western Conference, and I'm not sure how you feel, but I feel as if this has been under-expected, but at the same time relief. Because, you lose AD, but at the same time, and they've been coasting, but still, they should be in a far worse position than they are now.
They absolutely should, and it's because they came out like just guns a-blazing when the season started. They have, they can, and like what Harrison Fagan said earlier on our show a couple episodes ago, that they're gonna be coasting, and this is the way how they're at, or this is where they're at now. But it's because of they knew what they're doing. I kind of feel like I said they've been through this before. Some of these guys have been here for a couple seasons already, so they already know what to expect, and they'll figure it out. The fact that Schroeder came back and they started winning, I mean, I wasn't surprised because I think we even said that on the show. Yeah, you're missing like your one of your most important players. So once he came back, things are going to be happening. I think tonight the Lakers are playing, I believe, right?
Yeah,
and Marcus Gasol is out, I believe, too.
Yes, he is.
So it might be a good thing, but I don't know.
Well, they don't have any big bodies, which sucks.
Yeah,
I mean, Damian Jones.
I heard he's day-to-day. Is he still day-to-day?
Damian Jones?
Yeah.
Well, they're gonna need him tonight.
I know. I heard I think he got something. He not hurt, but I'm hoping he's gonna be there tonight. He has to be. He's on a 10-day contract.
Can you imagine just being like, yeah, sorry, this is what I can do, but you got like 6 more days left, and you're like, I can't do anything.
I got to sit out. My leg bothers me.
And they still get paid, by the way.
Do they really?
So if they're injured, the Lakers have to pay them
because it's like an act of God or something.
I guess, I guess it's just having to force it all out. It's a terrible coincidence, but at the same time, it does happen.
Can they do two? What was the rule on 10-day contracts? Can they do 2 back-to-back 10 days, or is it like a 10 and a 5, and then they have to sign them or they cut them?
I think it's 2 10 days. I could be wrong.
Right.
I forget the whole like loops, but I remember people in the past getting signed to 2 10-day contracts.
Yeah, I remember that because I remember a couple players that they've done that before. But now the fact that they came back, winning, and it was a good game against the Warriors. That felt good. I felt really good. And Seth Curry even said that a lot of teams like beating us because they remember the last 5 years. And I'm like, absolutely, as we just talked about at the beginning of the show. But,
so the Lakers, obviously, when Schroeder came back, that was a big portent. Were they probably going to beat the Jazz? No, because the Jazz are the hottest teams in the league right now. And their ball movement is impeccable. But would Schroeder have helped with the Lakers beating the Wizards? Without a doubt, because that went into overtime. Would he have helped against the Miami Heat? Of course he would have. But again, that's all in the past. The Lakers did come out triumphantly against the Trailblazers and the Warriors, 2 teams which they have lost at home before this season.
Did you expect Schroeder to be this important?
Yes.
Right out the gate?
I'm not sure about right off the gate, but I did expect him to be important because I knew him since Atlanta, and I knew his style. So I was just going the true test was with Oklahoma City. And when I was like, how is Schroeder able to get this much, or how is he able to perform well with a crowded backcourt in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Chris Paul? And I was just thrown away by how well he was able to get his numbers up during that time. So I'm like, if he could thrive during them, then he could also help be the third head for this team that is supported by Anthony Davis and LeBron James.
Which is crazy. I did not expect him to be. But although Kuzma's been doing great.
Yeah.
Which has been I've always talked a lot of crap about him, but especially his TikTok videos. But personal stuff. But on the court, he's been improving. He's just one of those guys that he'll do whatever he needs to be. He said it best. He actually said, "I just control what I can control." And I'm like, that's great because that's exactly what, I tell people to calm down. Worry about the stuff you can control, not what you can't. Screw whatever you can't control. Doesn't matter. Just worry about what you can control and do something about it. And that's what he's been doing.
And Kuzma was recently signed to an extension.
Point of personal privilege.
Exactly. There you go. Is this one of the few instances, because we see this a lot in sports, where someone, they get paid, they get the bag, and then it's pretty much the performance drops off. This is kind of interesting where Kuzma, he gets the bag and he's actually playing better. Do you think it's he feels more secure now in his role? He's not looking over his shoulders if he's going to get shipped out?
I think it's blue collar money. That's what the difference is. If he were to get paid like a superstar contract, then I think he would have been it would have gotten to his head. But I think it's because it's okay, you got paid nicely, but you didn't get that Brandon Ingram money. You didn't get that D'Angelo Russell money. You didn't get all the other former Lakers that are off thriving elsewhere. You didn't get that money. So it's like him going like, okay, I'm not a superstar of another team, but I am one of the setting examples of what could have happened if they still had been on the Lakers.
Part of privilege. Now, do you think it's because, do you think is it Pelinka knows this and so he purposely did it, or is this was this designed the way how it was on purpose, or was it just like I guess how do I ask this question? Like, if he was to get more money, would he still be playing like this, or would he be comfortable?
I think he would be fine. If he never got the extension, I think he would be fine.
Interesting.
I think if he were to get that money, then it was like your security. Okay, like let's say he got another big contract that probably he didn't deserve, and you would have to go over the cap space to fit him with LeBron James and Anthony Davis. I don't think realistically he would be living up to the expectations of playing for like a $20 million contract a year.
Yeah, because my biggest fear was him doing like a Whiteside where, he's only good like during those contract years where he knows like he has to play good. That's why I was like with Kuzma, I was like, I don't know what's going to happen. And the fact that he is playing better, that's why I was like, okay, was this designed because Pelinka knew if he gave him like little money, he would play harder for a bigger contract, or did he no, he's just going to like ball out no matter what he gives him?
I think the term of art for used, especially for the Los Angeles Lakers fans, of a player who gets the bag and then just stops showing up is called the binem.
That's right. You retire and you go build computers for a living. That's what he did.
Is that he's building computers?
Yeah. Well, so I knew somebody that worked at a Best Buy, and he was always there buying his computer stuff. He loves building. He was like a gamer and loves building computers. He's a big nerd.
Oh, it's probably because when he came out of high school, he didn't have what I mean. Like that's probably he was probably a nerd by the time he came into the league. So that was the thing, like where he has so much money now that he gets to finally be the geek.
Oh yeah, and that's I kind of felt like that's why I was like happy for him, because from my understanding, he was never very passionate. It's just about basketball. It was just because he was tall and he was athletic and he can do it, but obviously his heart wasn't there because as history shows, Bynum just kind of just took off.
But yeah, with Kuzma, I will say if he were to go to another team, I think he would be aware of like what he could be getting, which is like 20 points a game. He could probably be like locked long term. But lucky for him, I think this is like the equivalent to like somebody that just graduated high school and they could go to a 4-year university, but I mean, like, you could go to a JC and save the money along. Like, being with the Lakers for right now is, like, kind of you being in the JC route because, like, you're going to save money, but at the same time, you could also be, like, get farther ahead. Like, you could, like, you're going to probably miss partying and stuff.
So that's probably just based on his personality and his upbringing, because I believe he's comes from a single mother household.
Yeah, Flint, Michigan.
Yeah, and, come from Michigan. So I'm sure he knows about a thing or two about working hard. So yeah, I mean, if anything, yeah.
And plus, dude, you see his lavish lifestyle. You know he's going to get back later.
Of course.
He's going to, see his TikToks. You see his Instagram.
You won a championship already. Like, you literally won a championship.
He's probably championship hunting right now, and he's probably doing it the reverse way because some people that are, like, getting money first, and then, like, they hit a point in their career where, like, they're like, look, I'm not in my prime anymore. I might as well, like, try to go searching for the ring. I'm, like... Call him David West. Call him whatever you like. But, like, those are those players that, like, go championship ring hunting after a while.
I could see him doing that. But I could also see him starting, too.
I think he's championship ring hunting now.
Oh, with the Lakers.
With the Lakers. And then afterwards, he'll be like, all right, I spent way too much of my money. I'm broke. I need to get my money back.
I spent way too many on those damn Kardashians when I was dating them.
I didn't invest my money in GameStop. What I tried doing was going into AMC. That hasn't really taken. Oh, am I projecting too much of my life into that whole thing? Yes, but other than that,
I know people are still trying to get me to invest. I'm like, I don't know. It's still foreign language to me.
As soon as it drops back down to 40, then invest. But like, I don't see it dropping back down to 40.
Okay, I'm gonna go to you now.
AMC is like when I invested in AMC, it was at $8, and I was like thinking like, ooh, diamond hands. I was like, when it goes up, I can afford. That's like the admission price of like an AMC ticket. But like it'll be worth so much more that I'm gonna be able to buy the whole fucking AMC.
The whole just like AMC altogether.
Pretty much. I was talking about the one in West Covina generally, but like
that like pile of doo doo at the lakes, right? Or wait, I'm thinking the Edwards.
That was at the Edwards, right there off the 10 freeway. I'm talking about the one off of Azusa.
Trying to think. AMC off of Azusa. Is that by more towards like
near
Arrow?
Yeah, it's
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Aaron Azusa.
Yeah, but across from the Walmart and where the hometown buffet used to be.
Yeah. Oh man, I missed that part.
Hometown should have shut down years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. So should have Sizzler.
Don't ever talk negative about Sizzler ever again.
How they're pretty much culturally appropriating with the Native American Indian art.
Dude, their cheese bread?
Their cheese bread was all right.
How dare you say it was all right?
No.
Mike, do you like Sizzler?
Northwood's Inn.
We need
Northwood's End is where the cheese bread is at.
Okay, actually, I'll blow all you guys away. Here we go. Smokehouse cheese bread. You guys ever tried cheese bread at Smokehouse? Okay, then you haven't lived life yet.
Northwood's Inn.
No, it's
cheese
good.
bread, yeah.
Northland, their cheese bread's good.
Yeah.
But Smokehouse, they ship their cheese bread anywhere to the U.S. because it's that in demand. I swear. We'll go after the show. It's in Burbank.
Okay.
Right across the street from Warner Brothers Studios. We'll go
All
live
that,
there.
all that though has nothing on the cheddar biscuits from Red Lobster.
Oh, I will say the cheddar biscuits from Red Lobster.
That's the only thing keeping them in business. Otherwise, it would have been done.
That's the same animal, different beast. Or I think that's how it went.
I like how it's just like they're totally seafood. They're like, hey, would you like some biscuits?
Like,
this has nothing to do with the water.
That's why I came here. That's why I go. That's why one of the reasons why I go to Red Lobster. That and like their, I don't know, because something from the app. I don't know. They have seafood. I like seafood.
So Anthony Davis is obviously going to be sitting for the All-Star game.
Yeah, and Devin Booker's taking his place. I saw.
Yeah. So, but are you
Future Laker?
Future Laker. But are you excited at all of this All-Star weekend?
No, not really. There's no reason. There's no point. We're still in a pandemic. Technically, we're still in a pandemic. It feels weird because a lot of things are kind of like coming back to normal. But maybe it's just because we're just finally like normalizing it now. So it's been a year. But no, I'm not really that excited. I mean, I don't know anything that's going on this weekend about it.
This feels a lot like the NFL Pro Bowl.
Yes.
Where you're like, oh, it's happening? Oh, okay, that's cool.
Like, even like the dunk contest. Do you guys even care who's like in a dunk contest? It's kind of done.
I was on Instagram, and it was so crazy because Slam, I follow Slam Magazine on Instagram, and it was crazy because they were like going, who's excited for the slam dunk contest? And they showed the competitors. I'm like, they still have it? Like, it's still going on?
Yeah. Dude, I mean, like, it's already been done. Like, what else have we not seen before?
No, there's still impressive dunks. Like, there's every now and then you get the Zach LaVine or like the Aaron Gordon.
Is there, though? Really?
They're not like the best dunkers in the world because the best dunkers, ironically enough, don't play in the NBA, but they're still talented.
Like, I rather see like street ball dunkers than like professional NBA players doing the NBA contest because I've seen some crazier dunks.
Yes,
I think the 3-point contest is more interesting now than the dunk contest.
That's always fun.
That's a good take.
That's always fun because that's hard.
Yeah.
Shooting threes is kind of hard, and if you could do it really well, then let's see it.
I don't even know who's in the 3-point contest.
I don't even know either. I still I'd rather watch Larry Bird in his 3-point. That's a cool backstory, even though I hate his team.
Where he walks in the locker room and is like, all right, who's coming in second?
How dope is dude? That's boss. That's a boss level
You
stuff.
didn't even take off his warm-ups either.
Who's coming in second, fellas? Like, that's dope. And then he doesn't even take off his warm-ups. And then his hands in the air before the last shot goes in. That's crazy. I wish he was a Laker, which is a good topic that people always talk about. Like, if would you trade Magic to the Lakers for Larry and that kind of thing?
That would have been a terrible decision.
Mike, I got to hear this.
Magic Johnson, dude.
Of course, right? Yeah, absolutely. So, no, yeah, nothing changes. But, I mean, still, Larry Bird's a great, jerk that I kind of like.